Hello again, dear friend. Have you ever found yourself sitting by the window in the stillness of morning, sipping tea, listening to the gentle ticking of the clock, and wondering, how much more time do I really have? It's not a morbid thought. It's a gentle, human one. After 70, each year can feel a little more precious, a little more delicate, like the final pages of a beautiful book we don't want to end. But what if I told you that you might have many chapters left, maybe even more than you thought possible? You see, living to 100 is a reserve for Olympians or those with elite genes. It's often the quiet ones, the ones who move with grace, carry laughter in their pockets, and carry on each day with a bit of purpose and a whole lot of heart, who surprise everyone. Today, I want to share with you 8 simple but powerful signs that suggest you might just be one of those people. People who, though in their 70s or 80s, still carry within them the quiet spark of longevity. And along the way, you'll hear stories from familiar friends, Tom, Nancy, Jim, ordinary folks just like you and me, who remind us that age is not the end of something. It's the doorway into something else. So grab a cozy blanket. Maybe pour yourself a warm drink. Let's wander together into these signs. Signs that life may still be preparing you for the long road ahead. 1. You wake up with a sense of purpose. Tom, an old friend of mine, is 82 this year. And every morning, just before the sun peaks over the trees, he's already up. He isn't rushing off to a job or a grand meeting. No, he tends a small garden, feeds the bluebirds that visit his backyard, then walks across the street to check in on Mary, his neighbor who lost her husband last winter. It's a routine, but more than that, it's purpose. Science tells us something deeply spiritual. Those with strong reason to rise each morning tend to live longer, with fewer diseases and more joy. Whether it's writing in a diary, painting small watercolors, helping someone else, or even saying a daily prayer, purpose breathes life into our bones. And if, like Tom, you wake up each morning with something to do, someone to think of, or even a task that matters to you, you might be walking a quiet path toward 100. 2. You keep moving gently but regularly. Let me tell you about Nancy. She never wore a Fitbit, never joined a gym, but every morning, rain or shine, she walks to her corner bakery, orders a single scone, and walks home. Some mornings she stretches on her porch, humming old Billie Holiday tunes. Her steps are steady, not fast. Her breath calm. That's the secret. Longevity doesn't always belong to the strong or fast. It belongs to the consistent. Our bodies were meant to move. Even gentle motion, like gardening, dancing around the kitchen, sweeping the porch, or playing with a grandchild, tells our body, we're still living, we're still trying. That message matters more than we know. If you're someone who still enjoys being on your feet, who finds joy in movement, your body is thanking you every step of the way. 3. You laugh often and fully. Jim is the class clown of our little community center. Every Tuesday during bingo, he slips in some ridiculous joke. My favorite? Why did the banana go to the doctor? Because it wasn't peeling well. It's grown worthy. But every time, someone giggles. Laughter spreads like sunlight on cold skin. Here's the beautiful thing about laughter. It reduces stress, boosts the immune system, and deepens social bonds. It's free medicine. And those who laugh, really laugh, tend to live longer and happier lives. If you still find humor in the world, if your days are dotted with smiles, chuckles, or outright belly laughs, then you are giving your heart one of the greatest gifts of all. 4. You adapt well to change. When smartphones first became a thing, Nancy, who was 75 at the time, shook her head and said, "Oh, I'm too old for this nonsense." But 2 weeks later, she was texting her grandkids and FaceTiming her niece in Canada. That kind of flexibility isn't just impressive, it's life-giving. You see, it's not just physical agility that counts. Emotional and mental flexibility. Your ability to embrace the new, to adjust, to flow rather than freeze, is a strong sign of resilience. People who adapt tend to recover faster from illness, cope better with stress, and find more joy in the unexpected. If you've learned something new recently, changed an old habit, or simply said, "Let's try it," then, my friend, you are wired for longevity. 5. You maintain strong social bonds. Every Sunday, without fail, Tom meets his old Army buddy Harold. They talk about sports, the weather, and their bad backs. Nothing profound. But those coffee chats? They're sacred. Humans were never meant to walk alone. As we age, social connection becomes one of the most powerful predictors of a long, healthy life. If you have someone to talk to, whether it's a spouse, a friend, a neighbor, or even a beloved pet, you are nourishing your soul, and your body knows it. Loneliness can weaken the immune system, shorten lifespan, and increase cognitive decline. But connection, even a little, it brings life rushing back in. 6. You still find joy in the little things. Nancy once told me, "The smell of clean laundry on a sunny day, it just makes me feel alive." Jim? He lights up when his radio catches an old jazz tune. Tom? He swears that watching squirrels play in the yard is better than TV. These are small joys, but they're everything. When your heart can still be moved by simple pleasures, a flower blooming, a child's giggle, the warmth of your blanket, then you haven't lost touch with wonder. And that wonder is a powerful medicine. It keeps you curious. It keeps your emotions balanced. It keeps you young. 7. You sleep well most nights. Now, I won't pretend that everyone over 70 sleeps like a baby. But if you're regularly getting restful sleep, say 6 to 8 hours, and waking up with decent energy, you're doing better than most. Our bodies heal while we sleep. Our memories settle. Our hearts rest. Tom has a ritual. No screens after 8 p.m., soft music, a cup of chamomile tea, and reading a chapter from an old book. His sleep isn't perfect, but it's enough, and he swears it's kept him strong. If your nights are mostly peaceful, your body is whispering, "Thank you." 8. You let go of grudges and regret. Jim carried a quiet sadness for decades, his brother, and he had a falling out in their 50s and hadn't spoken since. At 78, after a little push from Nancy, he wrote a letter. They reconnected. They forgave. Now they speak every Sunday. Forgiveness is not forgetting. It's choosing peace. Grudges are heavy. They wear on the heart. Seniors who let go of anger, who find ways to forgive others and themselves, often experience emotional clarity, better health, and yes, longer lives. If you've made peace with your past, or if you're working on it, you are making space for more tomorrows. So let me ask you this, dear one, how many of these signs do you see in your own life? Do you wake up with something to look forward to? Do you still laugh, still learn, still cherish a morning walk or a fresh slice of bread? If you do, if even half these things ring true, you may have more life ahead than you realize. Remember, growing older is not about shrinking into the shadows. It's about expanding into wisdom, love, and quiet strength. You don't have to run marathons. You don't need 10 grandchildren. You just need to keep showing up to life, to love, to each new sunrise. So walk your path gently. Laugh out loud. Forgive deeply. And above all, don't let anyone convince you that your best years are behind you. Because maybe, just maybe, the best ones are still coming. If this video brought a little warmth to your heart, share it with someone you care about. Leave a comment. I'd love to hear which signs you see in yourself. And if you haven't yet, subscribe for more stories like this. Quiet reminders that aging is not the end of the road. It's just a different kind of beautiful beginning. Until we meet again, take care of yourself. Be gentle with your heart. And keep going. Always keep going.